I started to work with a consultant about 2 months ago, and everything that happened for the last 2 months has been a big roller coaster for me. Insights that I faced are just wow. In this video, I would love to share with you my personal experience of working with a personal consultant or a coach. For anybody who is into personal development, exploration of inner world, this video might be really interesting and useful. I decided to work with a coach because I faced a lot of resistance. I really wanted to start this YouTube channel, but I did anything but that. I had a lot of procrastination, a lot of resistance that I didn't really know what to do with. I already had at this point my previous YouTube channel where I faced fear, procrastination and resistance as well, and now by starting a new YouTube channel, all those emotions came back. I was just looking at them every day and I didn't know what to do. I was lost, was having a weird mood all the time. I was trying to push through. I would have few really productive days, really happy days, and then I would come back to being frustrated and procrastinate and do anything but a YouTube channel. At some point, I was so tired that I told myself, okay, let's try personal consulting. In fact, I actually had a lot of resistance starting personal consulting as well. I wanted to start personal consulting because I had a lot of resistance and I want to work with it. And at the same time, I had a lot of resistance working with a coach. Well, it is as it is. What did we do on sessions? Sessions basically looked like this. First, I wanted to start doing coaching notes in Notion app, but then I decided to just draw whatever. So what did we do? First of all, of course, we talked a lot about my problem. What did I do? My actions. What did I think about it? My thoughts, and help create a plan to get there. First few sessions, my personal consultant tried to understand who I am as a person. She gave me a lot of tests to pass in order to understand what is my psychic, what is my mentality, and what is my way to interact with life. What do I use to interact with this reality? What type of person naturally I am in order to find keys to interact with me. The first few sessions, I was trying to understand what is going on. We did not really get anywhere further. But starting from the third session, something really interesting started to happen. Something that helped me understand why am I in coaching and how exactly it's going to get me further. My coach provided me a space where I was able to reflect, and she gave me a feedback for those reflections in order for me to get forward. It's such a beautiful process when someone is creating a space for you to reflect. I can do it myself in my own home, at my own personal time. I reflect all the time. But during those reflections, I do have some thoughts that are triggering me or stopping me or pausing me throughout my journey. And she as a coach is able to see those thoughts, show them to me, analyze them and change them and create new neural connections in my brain. So in the past, it's easier for me to move forward and act differently. This was a really beautiful process. What did I learn? I learned that I believe that any type of work, even working on a channel, which to me is art and something I really like to do, is coming through a hard work. So inside of me, I truly believe that something special will come only through a hard work. And my brain knows that we are about to do hard work, and that's why I'm resisting to do that, and that's why my brain wants to procrastinate. Some Tuesday, I woke up and I just didn't want to go to a session. I didn't want to see my personal consultant because it was really hard for me to move forward. I texted her. I was like, hey, you know what? I don't want to go on a session today. Can we move it to the next week? And she said, are you feeling well? Do you not want to go to a session because you don't feel well or because you face some resistance? Because if it's a second thing. If you are resisting seeing me on a session, let's talk about it during the session. And I was like, okay, let's try to do that. That's a good idea. Why not? And this was one of the most beautiful sessions that actually moved me and actually was a big breakthrough. That was the session when I learned about what is procrastination. What am I avoiding? This avoiding mechanism was created by my psychic for me to survive. I was able to see that, look at it from different directions, and at some point just start changing this as a habit. If you would ask, does coaching actually work? I would say, well, first of all, you should try it yourself. There should be a really good consultant, and there should be someone you trust, and you should be open to do that work as well. Moving some things inside of you and changing your habits, it's actually hard work that can be done only by you personally. And I was ready for this job, and I really wanted to do that. So for me, coaching did move me forward. In fact, I'm making this video in a good mood. I wrote a scenario for this video. I'm really happy where I am today with where I'm moving and how I'm moving. So those 2 months did really work. What did I do after the session? After each session, I had a homework that I needed to do, and I was the one who was creating a homework for me because we are not at school, we are not at university. Coach or personal consultant is not my teacher that tells me what to do. We are adults, we're creating a partnership. As an adult, I understand some steps that I personally have to do in order to move forward, and I was giving myself homework in order for me to feel that I'm moving forward. And to feel accountable, I needed to send every day or every other day kind of a little report of what did I do for the last few days. For example, what was my homework for the last week? It was to work on scenarios. So I researched different YouTube channels and I watched different YouTube videos about what are the possible scenarios for YouTube channels, for live channels, for educational channels. And I read a book, Save the Cat. I realized for the last week more than I realized about scenarios for 1 year doing my previous YouTube channel. So that was a great step. Just a week. It's obviously not enough to learn scripting science, but it's enough for me to move forward with my YouTube channel. And it sparked an interest of learning and wanting to learn more for me. So I see it as a big advantage. And here are my biggest realizations. The first one is that procrastination is an indicator that you have a lot of energy that you are spending at the wrong place. When you procrastinate, you think that you don't have enough energy or you're lazy to do something you really have to do. But in fact, it's a resistance mechanism that shows you that there is something in your belief system that doesn't let you move in the right direction. And if you deal with it, you're gonna have so much more energy. You're gonna have so much energy to do what you actually want to do. I thought that procrastination is something that shows me that I am just lazy, that I'm just doing the wrong thing at the wrong time with the wrong mindset. But in reality, it's my personal mechanism that is saving me. Fascinating. Second thing is that every coach needs a coach, or every person who knows what coaching is, who knows different coaching techniques, who knows what is personal consulting, also needs a personal consulting, simply because we cannot see our own thought process. We cannot be an observer to ourselves. Some people might think they can. It involves a lot of hard work, a lot of meditation probably to be an observer to yourself. Someone else who is able to be a really, really careful coach and listener can show you the way you think and can let you look at your own thought process, reflect, be impressed, and start over in a different manner. Twist, not even change, twist some actions in order to make them better. And the most interesting, the most important, the most fascinating thing is that I realized that I can do everything by myself, but with a coach, it's just faster and better. as easy as it is. And I think about some basketball players like LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. They also had a coach. And I know you might think, well, in sport it's different. You need someone to train you. Well, honestly, sport is a great metaphor for life. We need always people to help us see what we're doing and help us get somewhere faster. And I believe that with the help of right people and the right mindset, we can get so much further in life. I truly believe that community does move us forward, especially a community that is supportive, just a community that is there for you, not against you, not to show you your losses or your weaknesses, but a community that is there to share the experience of life with you. This is one of the most beautiful things. And coach is this part of a community for me that is there to help me achieve, help me live a better life, help me get where I want to be. Self-work and moving forward can be soft and honest and silent and enjoyable, and I really wish everyone to try this process. I wonder, have you ever tried coaching or personal consulting? Have you ever considered it? What do you think about personal consulting and coaching? I really want to hear your thoughts and comments, and thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna share new ideas, new insights with you. Make sure to subscribe and do your thing for the algorithm. Thank you for being here. See you later. Bye.